Bum, 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 bum. Pew. Yeah. Pew. Dun, dun. What is up? This isn't live or anything like that because I don't know if I have internet where I am. I'm out to dinner with my parents for my dad's birthday, and I'm waiting for the Avenue to get into some Dada, which is nuts. And yeah, it's my dad's birthday, so I stopped out to my car to see if I could catch this intro. Let's see if it's coming on. I'm listening to this Steely Dan whatever in the meantime. Don't tell me it's not Steely Dan, because that just proves you're a nerd. Let's see. Can I switch this? No.
WOVN Appleton, the Avenue.
I am Steve. The place to be on May 2nd, without question, is going to be the Meyer Theater in Green Bay. 91.1 The Avenue will present the concert Tumbleweed Reconnection. For those of us who bought the 1970 album Tumbleweed Connection, especially on vinyl, we wore it out. I think it's the best album that Elton John ever recorded, and a lot of critics and a lot of his fans feel the same way. It includes a number of tunes that we play here on the Avenue. Let's see, The Country Comfort, Amarina, Burn Down the Mission, Where To Now St. Peter. It is just a brilliant album. And 91.1 The Avenue is going to present that in concert in Tumbleweed Reconnection. But here's the catch. That's just the first half of the concert. It's the entire album, first note to last, and that's just one half. The second half of the concert, songs from that same year, 1970, from artists including Chicago, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Janis Ian, James Taylor, Todd Rundgren.
I'm being a dick. I just don't. Oh, Todd Rundgren's cool.
And my friend Michael Murphy. We've assembled an all-star 12-piece band to present this concert for you. It includes members of Feed the Dog, Pegasus, Kyle Meglet and the Monsoons. So you've probably seen a number of these musicians in concert at different times.
Sagittarius.
But not all together on the same stage for one particular concert. That's what we're going to do. And by the way, I don't know this for a fact, but there's a very good chance this might be a one-off. We're so excited about doing this concert, but like I said, we have members of 3 different working bands, plus the stuff that I do, plus the stuff Michael does. And Michael Murphy now lives in Nashville. So he comes into town very infrequently. He's coming into town specifically to do this concert. So this might be a one-of-a-kind. I would love to do it again if we can, but I do know that right now, this is the one. So I don't want to hear from people afterwards, oh, we heard about it, we thought you'd come
Steve
back.
March.
When are you doing it again? We might not. So I'm urging those of you who love this particular album, who love the songs from the 1970s, you're basically getting 2 concerts in one. Well, Steve, you've been talking enough about it. How do we get tickets?
That's interesting.
Easy. Just go to avenueradio.com. That's Tumbleweed Reconnection, Meyer Theater in Green Bay. We still have some tickets left. Just go to avenueradio.com for your tickets. The date is May the 2nd. Hope to see you there.
You're listening to the Saturday Night Avenue Artist Spotlight, presented by the Animal House Pet Clinic and Groom and Board in Green Bay, offering veterinary care, boarding, daycare, grooming, and training. More at animalhousegreenbay.com.
Is this the intro? Or is this a song? Jeez. Eddie Vedder solo. Come on, Eddie. Eddie. Doesn't get any better than this, baby. No way, man. Wow, Matty Day. Waiting for Matty Day to play on the Avenue. Yeah. Could it be that Eddie Vedder is so worth my time? Come on. Eddie. What Good Lord. Come on, Eddie Vedder. This is taking forever. Here we go. Maybe?
This is the Avenue.
I don't get it.
Surrounded by a madcap and increasingly ebullient studio audience. It's this Saturday night party we throw every week at this time. Now, if you're new to this, that's cool. Let me explain how this works. You see, we all do whatever it is we do, wherever it is we do it during the week, right? And then on Saturday nights, we all show up here. We celebrate music. We celebrate life. The joy is unconfined, and we let it play. And tonight, we let Matty Day from Green Bay play. He just won Album of the Year for his new record. We're going to play that thing from song 1 to song last throughout the night. Get ready for one of the most original records you have ever heard. We're going to talk about it. We're going to spin it. Let's get this rock rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a warm Saturday night welcome for that hard rockin', rock-talking cat, my old friend, Dr. Pat.
Hey, thanks, Rob, and thank you again. Can we the crowd that rousing applause and hoop and hollering that you give me every time Rob makes that introduction. So always heartwarming, to say the least. Great to be here, Rob. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Spring is truly here. This past week, we certainly had some awesome weather, sunny skies. Had that big eclipse on Tuesday. I'm sure you stared right directly into it, Rob. But that was pretty amazing. The First Lady and Rock and I went down to Kenosha, this cool place called the Hawthorne Hollow Nature Conservancy. They actually had these telescopes all lined up. We all had our glasses on. It was amazing. Short-lived, of course. It only lasted about 2 minutes, but I'd have to say it was well worth the drive, and one of those potentially once-in-a-lifetime type things that we got to see here again in Northeast Wisconsin.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it actually, Doc. I heard it. You see, I sat down to watch it on TV, and right before they showed it on TV, I put on my glasses, like you're supposed to do. But with those glasses on, man, I couldn't even see it. I couldn't even see the TV. But I heard it. It sounded kind of cool.
Tonight, Rob, is going to be a great show. We're going to be doing one of our fun ones where we're spinning an album cover to cover. And the album that we're going to feature is a new one that just came out by Matty Day called Dada. Matty's a great guy. He actually resides in Green Bay. He's a writer by trade. That's his day job. He's got a young growing family. He's got a dog, a couple cats. He's got chickens. And he's an amazing artist. And this album was so good that it won the inaugural BAMI Award for Album of the Year for Original Music. And of course, we all know, Rob, that The Avenue won the Station of the Year in that BAMI event at the Tarleton Theater here in Green Bay. So I figured, hey, if we won an award, Matty won an award, let's combine together and celebrate great music like we always do. This album is extremely eclectic. It's got such a wide variety of sounds to it. some grab you right from the beginning. Others might take you a listen or two, but I love this album. I've been spinning it. Like Matty says, you want to turn this one up loud as well. And, Matty, he's played over 500 gigs in 16 states with over 40 different bands and artists over his career. He plays rock and roll, punk, rock, rockabilly, surf rock, psych rock, country, bluegrass, blues, soul, swing, jazz, and pop. This guy can kind of do it all. And this album kind of is a testament to that as well. Just came out, like I said, big award winner. And as a special treat as well, next Saturday, April 20th, during Record Store Days, which is always a fun event, Matty's going to be at Rock and Roll Land in Green Bay at 2 o'clock to sign copies. You'll get to meet the artist. It should be a lot of fun. While you're there, score some records. We can always use a few more in our collection. So tonight, Rob, that's what we're doing. Matty Day's album, Dada, cover to cover. The award-winning Dada is going to be on our turntable all night long. I'm thinking the crowd here is going to dig it. Excited to spin it tonight.
All right, so where do we start this thing?
We got to start on side 1 and song 1 of this album. And the first track is titled Satan Gave Me Sunglasses. Preface that. Matty and I had a nice little sit-down chatting about this record. Matty told me that he wrote this one in the style of the Lovin' Brothers. These guys were the old purveyors of country and gospel who were strong influencers for the Everly Brothers. And he said, it's kind of a weird way to start an album, but a weird album has to start somehow. I think that's hilarious. He also has the Pride of Appleton, Corey Chisel singing harmonies on this one. And he's got Tasha Litch and Evan Snowy adding mandolin and fiddle. Matty Day with Satan Gave Me Sunglasses.
Rock Doctor. And tonight, we feature Matty Day. Green Bay's own Matty Day has a shiny new album. This dude is a writer. He has a beautiful family, his dogs, cats, and chickens. And now he has the album of the year. And by the time this night is over, we will have played every song. We are now on side 1, song 2, Doc.
All right, next up, Rob, we're going to spin Media Casualty, second song on this great album. And then we're going to be taking it up a notch with this rocker, Rob. I love the way he basically talks the verses. And he's got this fuzzy choruses comes flying in to give this one a crazy, wild feel. This one needs to have the volume really cranked up loud. Matty told me that he thinks that an album has a way of really showing itself with the second track on the album. In this case, it's about blowing one's mind on that most dangerous of mind-altering substances, the media. Mostly, the song, he says, just trashes along as you try to navigate your digital landscape of artificial experience, pseudo-intelligence, and hyper-real overstimulation. Media Casualty by Matty Day.
Recipe for Memphis Soul Stew. So we were just talking about Kurt Gunn. It's a good way to blow your mind. Sit down for a moment and think about all the amazing artists who come from northeast Wisconsin. Like Fred Rogers used to sing, these are the people in your neighborhood. These artists are all around us. And tonight we are featuring another one with his award-winning new album. We are tracking through that album, Dada, all night long tonight. It's from Matty Day. Joining me is the Rock Doctor, like he does every week at this time. He stops by to prescribe healthy music choices so that we can all live cooler lives. And his prescription tonight is take a heavy dose of this new album from Matty Day and call me in the morning. Doctor, we continue to wind our way through this record. We are now on side 1, song 4.
All right, Rob, next up, as we're making our way through side one of Dada, a great new album by Matty Day. We're going to be spinning Mild. And for this one, Rob, I just really like how this deep bass kind of just hangs in the back of the song throughout it. It almost kind of like rattles your bones. That's how deep it gets into you. And this one, it's really a hard song to describe. Again, Matty's kind of doing that talk thing throughout this one, kind of pulls you in, and it turns into this Beck-like tune. Dare I say, is almost like a little bit of a disco-ish song. Then kind of flows into this 80s new wave style. Just a great variety, all within one song. I just love this one. Matty told me the weirdest song he said he's ever done, yet with the catchiest music he's ever written. Featuring fine synth work from the album's producer, Alex Brissett, who also plays on every other song in this album. Here we go, Matty Day with Mild.
Additional support for the Avenue is provided by East Wisconsin Savings Bank. Wherever you are tonight, here you are too. Welcome to the party. You see, we get together for pleasant music and polite conversation every Saturday night. Let me ask my friends in here, are you feeling pleasant yet? Why, that is excellent. Of course, you know, because we do aim to please, after all. And we have a pleasing album we are featuring tonight, and we're playing all of it. It is the new award-winning album from Green Bay's Matty Day. This is the most original album I've heard, I don't know, maybe ever. And we are grateful for the chance to spin all of it tonight. So where are we now, Doc? We're still on side one, I think.
All right, Rob. We're on song 5 of side 1 of Dada by Matty Day, and we're going to spin a tune titled I Need Another Vice. And here Matty comes back with another country-tinged ballad. It's obvious that he has a great affinity for old-time country. I love the pedal steel guitar by Frank Anderson in this one. And this is just a fun
album. That's a cool new record, too, from Pokey Lafarge. Speaking of cool new records, and I kind of just was, I guess. We are featuring one tonight. We are tracking through all of it, in fact. This album was made to blow your mind with its originality. And it was made to be played loud. And that's what we're doing. In fact, earlier tonight we were playing this record and we had it cranked. And there was a knock at the studio door. So we opened it because all are welcome at this party in the radio. And standing there was a dude who said he lives 2 blocks away. And all he said was, turn it down.
Okay.
And I said, well, now, no, wait, we can't, you see. And even if we could, we wouldn't. Because it's the new record from Matty Day, and it was made to be played loudly. But I said, you're welcome to stay, though, and party with us. And he stayed. So how about a warm welcome for our friend from 2 blocks away. The Doctor, this Matty Day record has some luminaries on it. Earlier tonight we've heard Corey Chisel, and earlier this hour we heard a song with Wisconsinology's Frank Anderson, great friend to all of us here at the station. And Matty Day has some special guests on this next song too.
All right, Rob, we're going to end side 1 here of Matty Day's new album, the BAMI Award-winning album. I need to say again and again because it certainly was well worth that honor. And we're going to have this instrumental track titled Sunburn. When I first heard this one, Rob, before I even talked to Matty about this one, my thoughts went right to a classic Clint Eastwood Western, like those spaghetti Westerns. You know, I can envision a gun battle is about to occur. The tension is building before guns go ablazing. Love the Spanish flavor to this one. And then talking to Matty, that's kind of what he was going for. You know, a big cinematic widescreen He called it a surf instrumental. And he referenced to me, the Eastwood movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This one features Brent Turney from Big Mouth and the Power Tool horns on trumpet, Ethan Nordick from the Green Bay Jazz Orchestra on drums. Just a great, great tune. Ending side one with Sunburn by Matty Day.
Here. First, speaking of new music, we do have a shiny new album we are showcasing tonight. It recently won an Album of the Year award at the Green Bay Area Music Awards. They call it the Bammies. Talking about that new album from Matty Day of Green Bay. We've been featuring it all night, and we are now on to side 2, song 1.
It's been a fun night so far. We're spinning an album cover to cover. Now we have flipped over to side 2. The record's clean, and you're about to put the needle down on song 1, titled Ode to Jove. And here, Matty starts off with a very distinct Bob Dylan sound. It almost sounds like it's a Bob Dylan written track. And then it quickly disrupts into this mishmash of distortion and chaos, a tad out of your, again, typical Avenue style track. Matty told me that this one basically began as like an irreverent, playful send-up of Americana type music before this wild studio creation kind of flows into it. And he said, it's kind of funny, per his team of lawyers and round-the-clock PR people, any audio likeness to any famous person is purely coincidental. He says, may the gods have mercy, and of course, an oblique sense of humor. Here we go, Ode to Jove by Matty Day.
The new album is called Light Verse. And we heard Joe Cocker too, that was old. A song called High Time We Went. It's high time we went into another track from tonight's featured album, the brand new award-winning album from Green Bay's Matty Day. We are working our way through all of it, and we are on side 2 now.
All right, Rob, next up on our Matty Day extravaganza here tonight, we're going to spin Untrue and Not Enough. And here, he moves into like a power pop mode with this track. To me, it's like a mix of the Beatles, Willie Nile, the Raspberries, and Dwight Twilley. Great guitar, driving drums, and a beat that is classic for one of my favorite genres, power pop. Matty says on this one, it only took 7 songs, but now he feels that this is the first real song on this album, featuring a more of a standard song structure, got an honest guitar solo. He's got 2 members from the Appleton country soul band Dust playing on it. He called it a catchy power pop kiss-off, kind of going for a Raspberries and Badfinger sound.
I'll show it to you. Step 1, turn it up. Step 2, let it play. Tonight, we are letting Matty Day play the new album in its entirety. We're tracking it through, and we are now on side 2.
With this next track titled Lust that we're going to be spinning here, I can envision Matty on a barroom piano with this foot-stomping performance in front of all the patrons hanging out. I get a touch of Jerry Lee Lewis with this one, along with Elvis's backing band. Then this English lad enters the fray before bouncing right back into a barroom ruckus. It's just a fun song. He also said, this one, it starts off with a big Dixieland energy, courtesy of the Big Mouth and the Power Tool Horns group. He calls this a postmodern rockabilly romp to rouse your primal earthly urges. Lust by Matty Day.
Together, this newfangled technology called radio. We hope you dig it. We also hope you are enjoying tonight's featured album, recently awarded Album of the Year from the Bay Area Music Awards. Highly original, highly creative effort from Matty Day. We're celebrating this record tonight. We're playing every song on it. And we continue to navigate our way through side 2.
Yeah, Rob, next up is my absolute favorite track on this album, the Bammy award-winning album Dada by Matty Day, Lady Circadia. It's got a beautiful rhythm, the lyrics and the beat flows along with a mix of late 60s, early 70s pop. I just truly love this track. It's got a summer of love vibe that pervades throughout it. He really put a lot of effort into the layered vocals on this one, which are in the style of the Zombies. And also this one features all 5 members of one of his favorite current projects, a band called Hang 10. Matty Day with Lady Circadia.
You're listening to the Saturday Night Avenue Artist Spotlight, presented by the Animal House Pet Clinic and Groom and Board in Green Bay, offering veterinary care.
We agree. This party, oh man, it would have been an absolute drag without you, so thank you for attending again this week. Tonight we feature Green Bay's Matty Day and his new award-winning album, Doc. Like several people out there, I've been listening to records for a really, really long time. And this is one of the most original. Matty Day gathers great artists from our community, and he kind of creates a genre of his own with most of these songs. That's a hard thing to do, but he does it on this record.
You know, this album, Dada, is an extremely original album. I mean, there's just so much great stuff within this album. You know, I highly recommend you get it, you spin it, and you just enjoy it and grow into some of these songs. The next one we're going to spin is Midnight Diesel. And here, you know, Matty moves back into that talking style of lyric presentation. There's a deep bass, you got horns, which are influenced the backbeat.
Are always open to you. Come by anytime. You are always among friends here on the Avenue. Tonight has been a kick. We've been tracking methodically through this award-winning album, Matty Day's new record. We love doing this on the Avenue. There's so much creative musical artistry going on every day in this community, and Matty Day is one of those dudes. So we celebrate his new record tonight. Doctor, we have one more. Next up, side 2, song Last.
Last song on this great album by Matty Day titled Dada, that a BAMI award-winning album. Matty told me that for this album closer, he came up with this one while trying to get his oldest daughter to sleep when she was just a baby. As he himself, he said, would be nodding off while she seemed wide awake. He kept a little notebook next to his bed, and he would just collect little snippets of these surreal lyrics in that mysterious place between wakefulness and sleep. Beauty Sleep by Matty Day.